Hello guys, welcome to the tutorial series of React Native. So in this tutorial series I will be talking about the tutorial about Native, which is a language for building mobile applications using React. So I will be guiding you in this tutorial about the setup process, how to get started with React Native on your PC. So I will be guiding you step by step on how to achieve this inside your emulator to execute this React Native app. So first of all, guys, you need to have some things installed here. So the first dependency that you will need is the Android SDK, which comes inside the Android Studio. So basically, if you search on Google Android Studio, you will be getting to this result, which is developer.android.com. So first of all, you need to install this fresh installation about Android Studio. So go to this website developer.android.com and download this 756 MB file, which is for 64-bit computer. So I will be showing you the 64-bit computer. So just click on this download button and the download will instantly start. So just click on I have agree the terms and condition and then click the download button. So I have already downloaded this, so I will not install it once again. So once this Android Studio is installed, the setup instructions is pretty easy. You will be guided with the next process. So just install it and your Android SDK will be automatically be installed here. So now after that you need to launch the Android Studio. So I have already launched it. So it will take some time for the very first time when it first of all launch. So this is the launching screen. You can see that. Welcome to Android Studio. And the next step that you need to get started, you need to update the path variable. You need to set the path variable inside your environment variables. So in order to get the SDK part, you need to click on this configure button, and then inside the drop down you will see an option. So just wait, you can see that SDK manager is coming. So just click on this option. After clicking it, you will be redirected to a new screen where you will be uh, able to just see your SDK path. So just wait, it is opening the screen. So this software is heavy, so it takes some time. So now you will see that this has opened this window here. This is your Android SDK location. First of all, if you launch the Android Studio setup, it will automatically install this SDK for you inside next option. So I have installed this Android 10 version here. You can see that API level is 29 and this has been successfully installed on my system. And now to get this path, this is a path here, you can see that. So after you install your SDK, you will get this path, Control C. And now what you can do here is that you can go to your like this, and here you need to copy paste this path like this. So enter it. So now it will open this path automatically for you. So this is the path here that you need to copy paste inside your system variable. So now in order to do this, it is pretty simple. Click on this PC, go to properties, and here you need to click on advanced system settings, and then you need to click on environment variables, and then you need to create, let me just delete this and show to you guys once again. Let me just stop my React application, and in that way it will be understandable to you. So let me just stop this, close this emulator, and let me also stop this. Let me just close this also. So this is for the emulator. So it has successfully stopped here, you can see that. Let me just also stop this. So just wait, I'm just showing you. So you need to wait here, watch the full video. I will show the step-by-step process. So first of all, I will just delete all the entries that I have made to the system variables so that you can start with fresh. I will also delete all the entries that I made to the path variable so that I will show you step by step that what entries that you want to do. So now I will first of all show you how to install React Native. So as long as we need to work with React Native, so it is very simple. Go to its official website, React Native CLI. After you have successfully installed Android Studio, so if you just click on the this link reactnative.dev, so this is their official website. Click on the environment setup and click on this option setting up the development environment. Drag down and you will see these two options. Now we will select this React Native CLI quick start. So here they have just initiated. You can see that you need to invoke this command, which is npx react native init and the name of the project. But first of all, in order to use this, you need to globally install the React Native CLI onto your system. So for that, you need to issue a very simple command on your command line. Just open cmd and here you need to install npm I. So I'm just assuming that you have Node installed onto your computer. So I will not be showing that how to install Node. So you need to be having Node installed. -G. So -G stands for global. So we will be globally be installing React Native, React-Native CLI. So I have already installed it. So this will not install it once again. So just execute this command and that's it. After you install this, you can create a new folder and inside this folder you can copy paste this command that I have shown you, that is npx react native init and then the name of the project. So here you can just create a new folder, copy paste this command. So here you can replace any name of your project, React Native project, let's suppose hello world, any sort of name. So I have already done that. So this takes some time, about 30 to 45 minutes. My speed is good, internet speed is good, still it takes 45 minutes. So it totally depends upon the speed of your computer. So give 30 to 45 minutes, it will install all the dependency, all the packages that it needs. So the React Native builds for both iOS and Android platforms, so it takes some time to install it. So give 30 to 45 minutes, don't panic. So after you install it, after it install all the dependency, this screen will come here. You can see that I have previously installed all these dependency by, you can see that npx react native init and then my project name, which is awesome project. So this has taken 45 minutes and it has installed all the dependency. So after the successful installation, this logo will come and you will see welcome to React Native, learn once, write anywhere. So it will first of all download the template, copy the template, process the template, and it will install the dependency. And now it has given the run instructions for the iOS phones and the Android phones. So in this video I will only talk about specifically for Android, and let me just show you the folder where it has created it. So it is there inside my desktop and this is the folder mobile app. So you can see that this is the awesome project and this is the file structure. One folder is specifically given for Android and one folder is specifically given for iOS. So you write once and it will automatically deployed on these two systems. So this is a power of React Native. So inside this it has given that how the command in order to run on Android phones, which is npx react native run Android. Now let me just open a new command line onto my system here, which is cmd, and let me just execute this. Mind you, I have not updated any kind of path here of the Android SDK. So if you don't update the path, you will see these kind of error. Let me just show you the error that you will get if you don't update the path. So npx react native, let me just run this react native and then run dash android. So if I enter it now, it will want to detect the emulator, the Java SDK and the Android SDK. So just wait, it takes some time, so don't panic. So now you will see that it will be surely be giving me an error because I have removed the entries from the path variable. So if you are doing it for the very first time, you will be granted with these errors, and after you get these errors, then I will be showing you the solution how to tackle them. So just wait. So in the meantime, let me just also show you how to create a emulator also. So in order to create an emulator, it is pretty simple. Click on the configure option after you have downloaded Android Studio and click on this AVD manager. So AVD stands for Android Virtual Device, and you can see that I have already created a virtual device. So this comes with the default option in order to create it. So in order to create a new virtual device, you can just click this plus option, create virtual device, and the default option will be selected as Pixel 2 API version 29. So you can select the default one, or if you want to change it, you can change it with the default options. So I think that the command is loading. Now you will see that it will be having this error, fail to launch emulator, because I have removed the entry from the path. So it cannot find the emulator, and it cannot find the java underscore home variable which needs to be set, and it has failed to find the Android SDK. So we need to fix these errors. But first of all, let me just try to show you how to create this emulator. So you can stick with the default option, click on next, and after that you need to click on whatever version you are using. So I am using the Q version, and then click on next, and then it will create this. Click on the finish option, and then it will create this device for you. So it is pretty simple. I have already created it, so I will not create it once again. In order to play it, the device, click on this play option, and now it will start this emulator. If you launch it, you can see that it will launch the emulator for you. And now guys, I will be telling you that how to remove these errors which are coming here, which is, so first of all, as I already told you, go to the, so you can see that my emulator has been launched here. Let me just close it as I don't need it for now. Let me just close it, you can see that. So the first thing that we need to do here is that, as I already told you, we need to get the Android SDK location. So which can be tracked down inside this configure option. So if you just wait, it is taking some time. So just click on configure here. Let me just close this window here. Now it has successfully closed. So click on the configure option, and you will get this SDK manager option. Click on it, and then you will be getting your SDK location. So here you need to copy this location. So in this location your SDK lives. So this will be very similar for you, apart from the just a username, whatever username that you have given. So here what you need to do, you need to copy paste inside this window, click enter, and now this is the location. Here you want to click on this PC, click on properties, and click on advanced system settings, click on environment variables, and here you need to create a new variable which is Android, all in capital letters, underscore home, and here you need to copy paste the address inside the value. Click on OK, and now we will be populating the address for the emulator as well. So click on OK here. So for the emulator it is pretty simple. So there is an emulator folder here, you can see that emulator folder. Enter into that folder and then copy paste the address, Control C once again. And now you again go to advanced system settings, environment variables, and now select this path entry. Click the path entry and edit it and create a new entry inside this. Copy paste the address like this. Click on OK. And now we need to add one other entry, which is the platform resources. So there is a platform folder inside this. You can see that platform tools, platform tools. So here we need to again Control C, copy it, and now once again we need to click on environment variables, click on the path option, edit, click the new entry, copy paste it. That's it. Lastly, we also need to do it for one other entry. Let me just see what is the entry there. It is build tools. I think it is done. Yes, it is done here. Now we have done this for the emulator and the platform tools. Now one other entry that we need to do here is that we need to go to this PC, C drive, and then wherever your Android is located, mine is located inside program files. This is Android Studio. Go to this JRE folder and then Control C. Copy this path, and here you need to create a new variable, which is Java underscore home. Just create this variable and then inside this copy paste this address. So basically this is the Java SDK. So here we are configuring the Java SDK. That's it. Now again click on OK. Click on OK. That's it. Now we have configured all these options. Now these errors will not come. Let me just close this command prompt so that the changes will take place. Now once again inside my folder, which is mobile app awesome project, I will be initializing a command prompt, and here we will be executing this command, which is npx react-native run-android. So if you execute this, hopefully the errors will gone and we will be able to run our app inside your emulator. So just wait, it takes some time. So first of all it will launch the emulator and then it will be building our application. Now you will see that this screen you need to you need not have to close this window, just minimize this window. You need to have this window open all the time when you are building your application. You can see that the emulator is launched automatically. So you can see that starting the JS server, launching emulator. So now it will show you that the emulator has launched successfully. So just wait. So sometimes it can happen. It is saying to us that failed to launch emulator, reason could not start emulator within 30 seconds. So the problem is you can just close this emulator for now and relaunch the application once again. So this can happen for the very first time if you run the application. So what can I do? I can just close the emulator for now and also close this and rerun the command, which is npx react-native run-android. So now if you run the command, it will hopefully launch the emulator within the 30 seconds. So if you run this for the very first time, I have faced this similar situation myself also. So if you just run this 2-3 times, then it will be launching this pretty quickly. You can see that now it has launched quickly here, so just wait, launching the emulator. So now you can see that it has launched the emulator. This is our app. Now you can see that successfully launched the emulator, and now it has installing the app, so just wait. So it typically takes some time if you run for the very first time. So I am not running this for the very first time, so it will not take too much time for me. But if you are running for the very first time, it will take some time in installing the app, building the app, all that stuff. So just wait. This is a code here, app.js, where it has rendering this all this stuff here. You can see that inside this code we have some elements inside our React Native. For React Native, you should have previous knowledge about React. So I'm assuming that you have some knowledge about React. So you're familiar with these concepts. So we have a status bar, safe area view. So these are all the elements which resides inside our app. So just wait. It is initializing here. So I will not pause the video. I will be running the video. So you need to wait. If you don't want to wait, you can just uh, switch the video for some seconds. So just wait, it is configuring the app here. So it is 99%. So just wait 10 to 15 seconds more. So it will launch your application. And one more thing that I will show, that how to reload inside your React Native app, so that if you make any kind of changes, so you need not have to rebuild this application once again. So the reloading part is pretty easy. You need to, let me just show. So now it has started this app on emulator. So now inside your emulator you will see our app will be launched. So it is loading from this context here. You can see that port number 8081. So so it has started this intent. Intent means activity, this main activity. So it is just loading here. So just wait. So the build successful in 3 minutes 12 seconds. So now you can see that it is loading here. So now you can see that it has rendered out the main activity, and this is all the stuff that you can see here on the screen on the mobile phone. So now if you want to make any kind of changes here, so let me just show you how to do this. So let's suppose I want to change this engine to something else. So if I change this, so let me just change this to something else. So now I have made this change, and now if you want to reload it, so there are some options given to you. So you can either tap right click on your emulator here. So if I right click here, or you can press Ctrl M on your keyboard. So now you will see that it will reload. So for the very first time it will take some time. So as you run 2-3 times, so it will not take more time. So just wait. So the first option, either you can take in, you can see that this option is mentioned here. Either you can press Control M. So if you press this option, this window will appear to you. Reload. So click this option, reload, and now your application will reload successfully, and you will see your change. So let me just see my change. Where was the change? I think that this was some kind of condition. So let me just add a element. So here, first of all, let me just change the background color to red. So just bear with me guys, because this app is so much heavy, so that is my video is lagging. So let me just change this background color to red. And the next view, um, the body also, we need to change it to red. And the next thing that we need to do here is that we need to add a new view element. Let me just Control C, and then we need to add it. Paste it, paste, and now if you want to reload it, go to your emulator. So it is, you can see here refreshing here. I think that it has created some problem here, so I need to fix it by colors. So inside this colors, there will be an option of red. So I think this is a class here. So colors dot red. And let me just copy this once again. So now you can see that as I added this sections here, some more learn more actions have been there. You can see that learn more, learn more, learn more. And the next option, in order to reload the application, you can either press R 2 times onto your computer on your keyboard here. That way also it will reload. You can see that. Either you can press Control M to fetch the screen here, which will come here, reload, or either you can press R key on your keyboard 2 times. So this also reload the application for you instantly. So in this way, guys, this was a short introductory video on how to get started with React Native. So I have guided you the step-by-step process on how to get started with React Native, how to get started with the emulator as well. So in the next upcoming videos, I will be showing you how to do more things, how to build awesome apps inside this React Native. So if you like this video, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next video.